Hi everyone, it's Thursday, December 5th. This is Lee McMahon. I'm a currency strategist over at globalfxclub.com. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm here today to do a little bit of analysis for you, talk about the myriad of things that happened this morning, how they're impacting markets, and actually in some cases how they're not impacting markets, which may be equally significant. So please take a moment to read over the risk disclaimer, which should now be on your screen, and then we'll go to the charts. All right. So Aussie dollar, we're going to start with Aussie, even though it's the least exciting, just because it happens to be up on my screen. I'm going to show you a potential long setup I've been watching. I've tweeted this a couple times. I still like it. We're holding here at 0.9, which is, big round number support. You can see it was significant back here. I think we may be setting up for something somewhat similar to what we saw back here in July, where we bounced off that 9 figure for about 200 or so pips, it looks like. Let me get the right tool. So we bounced up to 0.9, got up to the 200, which was at about 93, so actually more like a 300 pip pop, and we're basically sitting at that same level here at that 200 as well. So we may actually just see a repeat of price action here. Another reason I'm looking is we're also sitting on the 618% fib of this initial beginning of the down move. Okay, this was a 38.2% fib hold, and from there we've just continued marching down in waves. We're at the first 161.8 extension level here. It's actually looks like it's about 89.4 or somewhere right around there, depending on how precise I was with drawing the lines. So I think with this support area, the round number, the fib extension, and then also I think it's worth noting the fairly significant RSI divergence that we've seen. Okay, I just wrote an education piece for Global FX Club. It's available for free on our website, talking about how not to use RSI divergence and overbought and oversold. This is one of the cases where I think RSI divergence is actually very useful. We have a clear support level, the 0.9, which has some technical significance both in terms of previous support and then also a Fibonacci extension level, and we have marked RSI divergence, so it grabs a little bit of support. So I am looking for a move higher here on Aussie for those reasons. First major resistance, okay, is about this 91 figure. That's the trend line. But if we do manage to break that, start looking for 92.75. That's that 200-day or 200-period EMA. You can see it was significant off the last bounce of 90, and it may be significant again. All right, so those are the levels that I'm watching here on Aussie going forward. Do like it to the upside. We'll see how that plays out. Speaking of pairs to the upside, Euro screaming higher. Well, screaming higher today in the sense it's up 0.5%, but screaming higher off of the lows here. Again, this is another one I tweeted out during the ECB press conference that I liked it higher on this sell-off, and I liked it because we absorbed all the selling pressure that came from US GDP and then rocketed higher. So we do see a breakout coming here. We did manage to grab some of these stops that were sitting over the 618% fib. Okay, you can see this candle right now, that's the stop grab candle. Whether or not this momentum is going to be sustainable, I don't know. If it does continue to push higher, 138.25, all right, is the next selling area. That's this potential double top up here. In terms of, see, even now it's picking up. In terms of if you want to short it, okay, don't up here, please. If you're going to short it, the setup is you have to wait. All right, you can't sell it up here. There's no real technical levels up here. It looks set to just keep squeezing higher. The risk reward is terrible for a short up here. If you're going to short, wait for a pullback. If it's going to fall back from here, it's probably going to be more of a sustained move. So wait for a 4-hour close below basically 136.10. The start of this candle gives us a nice reversal set back within this level, and then look for a move down into support at 135.30. If we manage to get below 135.25 in this trend line, in this range, then the bears can take over. Until then, the bulls are firmly in control. Don't go crazy trying to fade this move. I don't know the sentiment numbers. I'd have to check. But if I had to guess, I would say retail sentiment is piling on Euro shorts right now, and I don't think that's going to work out for them. We have NFPs tomorrow. NFPs could be a game changer. If NFPs is what it takes to push this back below the previous lows, set up a reversal, great. Look for it to short next week. Until then, don't try to short it. Don't touch it. Euro Kiwi is another one I've talked about. Looks set for higher. It squeezed higher above 167, has not been able to sustain it. I suspect we'll see some chop. 166 is the major support level. And then, of course, you can draw out this trend line and watch that for support as well. I do think this is most likely the beginning of the next leg higher. We should clear these 168 highs at some point, but we'll have to see if that is exactly how it works out. Kiwi itself, Kiwi dollar that is. All right, you can see kind of reversing a little bit, just continuing to chop around. You could make an inverse head and shoulders argument here. It's not a particularly great one, but that would be basically the level that you're keeping an eye on for that if you did want to go long Kiwi. Pound dollar is interesting today. Pound dollar is getting beat up, all right? You can see it. It's testing 163 right now. I mean, I view pound retracements as selling opportunities, so I'm looking at 162.66 to try along. The major reason I think that pound dollar is down so much today is because of this euro pound price action. Okay, that's a lot of pound liquidation going on, and I think it's hitting the pound across the board. I don't think it's going to last at this tempo for very much longer. I still like euro pound to the upside. I think it's a breakout here. I think 83.5 is a buying area if we dip down there, and 83.25 is also a buying area. So watch that. So I think that's what's hurting the pound. Speaking of weird moves, right now dollar CAD, all right, moved aggressively lower. Touched 106.50 or so, maybe 106.25 even. I've just said on Twitter, and this remains true, that I view all CAD buying, so all dollar CAD down, all pound CAD down, as terrific buying opportunities. All right. I mean, I'd love to buy dollar CAD at 106. I've had 110 targets for dollar CAD for quite some time. Pound CAD, okay, sold off pretty hard today. All pound CAD dips have to be buying opportunities. I'm still looking for 2 on this, at least 185, maybe 2 on this one long term. Major support here, 173.20 or so. That's the 173.54. That's the 173.16 is the 50-period EMA, and then this trend line retest at about 172.40 are the major support areas on pound CAD. Would love to see it get down to here so I could buy it. Not sure we will, but I think that would be a spectacular opportunity. Very quickly, dollar yen trying to break down. Potential head and shoulders here out of this wedge break. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Okay, a little bit of a head and shoulders possibility here. It's sloppy, but sometimes those are the best ones. Neckline, something like this. All right, so it could be the start of a major move lower on dollar yen. Nikkei also bearish, 15,000 major support. Watch for a small bounce there, but the price action at 15,050 and 15,000 is going to be very important. So I'd be keeping a very careful eye on those levels into the overnight session. E-minis. Last but not least, potential head and shoulders forming on E-minis. 1772 is the major inflection point. That is this previous breakout level, as well as the 200-period EMA on the 4-hour chart. If we manage to push below there, we could really start to see some more aggressive selling. The major trend line is 1700 even right now. So, I mean, there's significant support before that, but that's the level, that's the magic level that bulls need to hold to maintain sort of this massive uptrend that we've been in. All right, so that's what I got for you today. I hope that's helpful. As always, if you have questions, you can find me on Twitter at Duke0777 or at globalfxclub.com. Hope you guys have an absolutely terrific rest of your week. Good luck trading tomorrow. Remember, non-farm payroll, so be careful.